You mean you don't want to send $1 billion to Hamas?
Yeah, that's right.
It would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice not to send $1.6 million to Chinese ladies of the night to teach them how to drink properly on the job. That happened last year. Congress holds the purse strings for everything. All appropriations, revenues. It starts actually not even in the House. In the United States House of Representatives, the budget is the property of the House. That's why we need the House, and we'll be fine.
Since we're in such an economic disaster, do you think that you see yourself as making information available to the general public as to how much of our tax dollars are going to foreign aid? How much is going to Mexico, to countries in South America, to countries in Africa? And no matter what we do, they hate us anyway. Right. No matter how much money you give, it doesn't matter because you can't buy love, not even on the international level.
The problem is we don't have enough money for a box of Kleenex now. Yeah. There's no money left. We're borrowing 41 cents of every dollar. It's scary, sir.
Going forward, what is your campaign schedule? What will it be?
Oh.
Horrendous.
I don't know, but it's bad. I believe this is event number 7 on the day for us. I don't know what your.
I'm just kind of thinking TV, or if you're going to have anybody come down to work with you. Or
I can tell you I can't tell you our TV schedule, what we'll roll out, when we're going to roll out, because there are eyes and ears here tonight. But I'll tell you, we'll be just fine in that area. Next person that comes in is actually John Boehner's coming in on the 17th doing a lunch for us. So we'll get to raise some good money there. People want to come out and see the minority leader. Lynn?
Your opponent has called you extreme. How do you answer that?
Extremely tall.
You know, I didn't know the United States Constitution was extreme. You know what's extreme? Taking over the healthcare system in the United States of America. Passing a bill that gives the United States Congress the authority to seize private companies. Yeah. Taking over GM, bailing out Wall Street and these other things. That's extreme. That's the definition of extreme. Defunding the border fence, as she did in 07. Opposing SB 1070, that's extreme. The United States Constitution, that's American, is what that is. So we don't worry about that. I'm not the extreme in this race.
Jesse, you'll pledge to come back home and have town hall meetings on a regular basis.
Hey, this is where the fun is.
You bet. We need to see you.
We'll be here. He asked if we pledge to come back to town halls on a regular basis. Yes, yes, yes. We're not big on campaign promises. Of that you can be sure. You'll see me often.
The one thing I do not like about this Meet Your Congresswoman, they can be nasty to people if they want. Nobody else knows. I know that she was nasty to the man in front of me. He was a vet and he was complaining about her votes on veterans things. She was absolutely nasty to me when I was trying to educate her about Social Security, tell her about the annual report that comes out, and the historic tables where you can see the truth. She rolled her eyes and looked at me like I was nuts.
Look, I don't know what else we can say about Gabrielle Giffords. She told you she'd be strong on the border. How's that border doing today? She told you she was a fiscal conservative. She spent over $5 trillion in the last 2 years alone. More, in the last 2 years, Gabrielle Giffords has spent more than any government in the history of man. That's your blue dog fiscal conservative. Gabrielle Giffords took her husband on a trip, a global warming summit, to Copenhagen on your dime, and when asked to reimburse the taxpayer for first-class travel, a 4 or 5 day trip, I forget which one it was, in 5-star accommodations, she wrote a check for just over $400 to you. That's how much she cares about you. That's how much she cares about your dime. That's how much she cares about your dollar. She doesn't represent anyone anymore except herself. And we're going to send her home in November.
She can't do both on things.
I said to him, are we going to be able to get rid of Obamacare? He says, we better be able to get rid of Obamacare. So I says, well, what are we going to do? He says, let me tell you something. He says, for the first time, I have a bumper sticker on the back of my car. It's for a young guy. He's pretty young, but I like what he has to say. His name is Jesse Kelly.
Thank you. I'm getting the one more signal here. Sir?
I've been thinking about what you said before about Obama being spineless. I don't think he's spineless. You see, I think he has a plan. And this is my own personal belief. But I think his plan is to degrade us all over the world, to put us down in this country, and to take over the country with government. And everything he does is putting down and building up government.
I'll say this about Barack Obama and the Congress. We've lost over 2.9 million private sector jobs. We've gained over 400,000 federal jobs. Are we going in the right direction in this country?
No.
All right, I'm getting to wrap it up. So please, I'm not going to leave as soon as we're done here. I'll be standing back by the door, answer any more questions you have. Don't lose hope. I'm serious about November. It's going to be a fantastic time. If we do what's necessary, if we do the hard things between now and November, not only in this district, across this country, we're going to celebrate. We're not done yet by a long shot. Thank you all for taking the time to come out here tonight. God bless this country. I'm Jesse Kelly. Thank you.
You know, this guy never seems to slow down. He's got this fire in his belly, and that's why we have to support him. On your way out, there are some donation envelopes.